Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid are dating, and there's a 20-year age gap. So, I just wanted to do this episode because this is definitely something that I would like to venture into on this channel. So, welcome to Living Abundantly Tarot. This is going to be the channel to introduce a lot of people into the world of astrology and tarot, and regardless of how much experience you have with astrology and tarot, I hope you learned something. Today it's going to be about relationships, and in this case, Bradley Cooper is 50 years old and Gigi Hadid is 30. There's a lot that I want to say on this. So it's like, thankfully, in our world today, I think we're being more flexible and open when it comes to dating. There's a lot of commentary that I want to have on different topics when it comes to dating. But when you have a 20-year age difference, and especially the younger person and the couple is 30, a lot of people might have judgments of that. But in tarot, this obviously represents the lovers, right? And the lovers, when you get the lovers in a tarot reading, it's a lot. Obviously, it has to do with love. Obviously, it means that if you're looking for love, love might be coming in for you. The two lovers are very significant because they show up on the lovers card, and they also show up on the devil card, right? So when it comes to the lovers, this is two people that are meeting, that are connecting, and they have a wonderful connection when it comes to love. Right? And the reason they have a wonderful connection is because you can see here, that is the higher self angel in the card, right? This big angel right here is your higher self angel, or the higher self angel of these two lovers. So there's the message that your higher self has brought you into this connection for a reason, right? And the way that I like to describe the higher self, if you haven't thought about it, I like to think about your future self. Right? If you can think about who you're becoming, if you can think about all the things that you are working towards and you want to appreciate in your life, then you start to communicate, or really start to imagine who you're going to be in the future, and that's your higher self. So on the lovers, the higher self is connecting these two, and it's meant for you to communicate with your higher self in any connection that you have, right? When it's romantic. So the more you can tap into your intuition to really, obviously appreciate the good of the relationship and definitely be mindful of the challenges of the relationship, your higher self will help guide you. Now, the thing about the lovers is that originally in the tarot, it was called the choice. And then they changed it to the lovers, right? So when it comes to the choice, I'm showing you this card because these two epitomize a choice in love that may not be accepted by society. And the thing that I want to talk about is, I believe that with everything we have going on in the world right now, right, seeing a lot of the old institutions start to crumble in so many different ways, and not just governments, right? We need to get to a point where we are really choosing to see love in a different way. And there's more episodes that I want to have on that, right? So if you ever get the lovers in a reading, know that it's about a choice. And usually if it's a indication of love in a reading, the choice has to be yours, right? So tarot, a big part of tarot is doing love readings. And the thing that I want to say is that if you are in any sort of connection, if you're married for 30 years, if you're dating, right, the most important thing that we can choose in a connection is to choose the connection for ourselves, right? Like, you should choose yourself because this connection is adding value to you. And that's really one of the original messages of the lovers card, or the choice card, is that you need to choose what love you're going to have in your life. The next card that I want to give for this example of Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid dating is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective, right? So I personally believe that, especially in love, in dating, in romance, in relationships, the more that you can see a perspective from another side, see the perspective from your partner in a connection, that is developing compassion, right? So the hangman is about being able to see things from a different perspective from your own, but also being able to see things from the perspective of others. And if you do that, then you're automatically becoming a more empathetic person, right? So in this case, when you have two people in a May-December relationship, an age gap relationship, right? It's more accepted in Hollywood, especially with someone as big of a star as Bradley Cooper being 20 years older than Gigi Hadid. But we need to definitely take a different look and a different perspective at love at this point, right? And these two are an example of that, right? A big part of this channel is going to be the judgment that celebrities face, the judgment that public figures face when they're in the limelight. And it's definitely going to talk about, the judgment that we are experiencing on a grander scale right now, especially in America, being so divided and judging people that we don't have the same perspective on when it comes to their views, especially in politics. So being able to see things from a different perspective with the hangman is very, very crucial. And the last card that I want to give for this video is the Fool, right? The Fool is the first card in the Major Arcana. And if you're new to tarot, the Major Arcana are cards that detail a journey that we take in life. And you can see here the Fool is card 0. The Fool is the first card of the Major Arcana because it signifies that if you get this card in a reading, or if you pull this card, it means that you're about to go on a new journey, right? So it's like, I just wanted to show this May-December, age gap relationship to show that I think that collectively we are going into so many new directions, right? Especially in love, right? I'm going to have a future video on monogamy and, the ideas of monogamy and how monogamy, may or may not be for everyone. And I'm not trying to convert anyone into polyamory, but I want you to really question how societies and cultures throughout time have imposed monogamy onto human beings when we are not a monogamous species. But again, whenever you are going into any sort of connection, or if you're looking for love, the key to the Fool is that he's enthusiastic about this journey. He doesn't realize he's about to go through all the challenges, right? He will go through the Lovers. He will go through the Tower and have tower moments that, bring him back down to reality. And that could be very sudden and shocking, right? He is going to experience judgment and justice and all of the cards of the tarot. And, he's going about it enthusiastically. So in this video, I want to just highlight these two because this is a situation where these two are, and I'm assuming, but they don't care about the age gap, right? And something that's really fascinating about astrology, that for those of you that are a little bit more advanced, you can look at Pluto placements, right? So Bradley Cooper's 50, Gigi Hadid is 30. So Gigi Hadid has Pluto in Scorpio, Bradley Cooper has Pluto in Virgo. Those are two different Pluto generations, right? And Pluto has a big part in our relationship dynamics, depending on how they play out. So, if I were to pull up their charts and do synastry, we can take a look at how Pluto is definitely playing in this relationship. But, Pluto in Virgo is definitely more about healing and transforming in relationships. Pluto in Scorpio is about intensity and passion, right? So that's something that you can take a look at. For those of you that are a little bit more advanced with astrology, you can take a look at the fact, and this is an assumption, so please forgive me, but, Gigi Hadid likes intensity and transformation through her Pluto sign and Scorpio in her generation. And Bradley Cooper, as a Pluto and Virgo, wants to have things more healing and settled, right? Relationships that are going to be more grounding in the home, in that Virgo placement of Pluto there. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I wanted to experiment with something here in celebrity news, and let's go ahead and do a reading for everyone. We'll make this a relationship reading. Okay, so let's see what we get for the collective. We'll call this a relationship reading right now for everyone. So regardless of where you're at in your dating journey or your relationship life, let's pull 3 cards for you and see what we get. All right. All right. So the three cards that came out are the Six of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So in a relationship reading, these three cards are saying that the Six of Wands is about victory, right? And so in order for you to be victorious in your relationship right now, relationships and love and dating, any sort of relationships, you're going to have to combine it with the energy of the Queen of Wands, which is about being bold and assertive, which is definitely about learning how to master courage, right? So this is a big element to any sort of relationship, right? We need to tap into our courage when times get hard. We need to tap into our courage to bring more joy into the relationship. So in order to be victorious with the Six of Wands, you need to bring on that bold and assertive energy with the Queen of Wands, and then you'll have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles can be a new person coming in. For those of you that are single, the Page of Pentacles is good news. The Page of Pentacles is also definitely wanting to work on something new. So if you're wanting a relationship or if you're looking for love, this can be a new person in your life. So, again, for any wherever you're at on the spectrum of love and relationships, being victorious is going to be about being courageous and bold and really mastering bravery with the Queen of Wands so that you can be victorious with the Six of Wands. And that'll bring in some good news for you. So wherever you are, make sure you practice being courageous in your relationships. And thank you for watching.